Man, oh man, oh man.
What's up?
Man.
Dawson, I swear I am not dealing with this today.
Man, I am so tired.
Holiday weekend hit you hard?
That was a while ago, and no. I've been working very hard in my very hard classes.
Shut up.
And I barely slept last night. I'm not feeling so great. Luckily, I have a very yummy and delicious energy bar under the table. Where's my energy bar?
It's gotta be here somewhere.
Where is it?
Cue intro. Hello, everyone, and welcome back to The Real Deal, Ball State's premier entertainment news show. I'm your host, Rosemary.
And I'm Dawson.
Are you 100% sure that you brought it here?
Yes, I know for a fact it was under the desk behind my right foot.
That's very specific.
I always try to be as organized as possible. I don't know how this could have happened.
There is the chance that you just forgot it. You did say you were super tired.
Yeah, maybe you're right. Maybe I just forgot it. Everyone makes mistakes. I'm human.
There you go. No big deal.
Or maybe you took it.
Me? What would I even do with your energy bar?
Eat it? You just wanted it so you could try to be better than me. But you're not.
Dude, why are you so angry? Let's just cut to a segment so you can cool off.
Hello, my fellow Swifties. It's Kat, your Swiftie reporter, and you already know what I'm here to talk about. 1989, Taylor's version, yay! These recordings are definitely healing something within me just by listening to them, but I know what you want me to talk about, so I'll just dive right in. The Volt tracks. I can already hear you. Slut was disappointing. It wasn't what I expected. Slut is a love song, and I have a shocking opinion for you. I actually really like it. I just knew that it was going to be a love song. Never did I think that it would be some awesome reputation-coded anti-slut-shaming anthem. I think that if it was, it would have been released maybe with the OG 1989, or maybe not, but I definitely think it would have been released prior to this. Overall, I did like Slut, but it's still at the bottom of my list. Sorry. But now let's talk about what's in fourth place. For me, which happens to be Suburban Legends. Just like Slut, it was thought to be something that it just wasn't. And again, I love all of these songs. It just isn't my favorite, and in my opinion will definitely change with time. In third place, the longest 1989 Volt track, Say Don't Go. I love this song. It's very Rory Gilmore coded, but like she's the bad guy in the situation, and I love it. Such a dance while crying to the lyrics type of bop. But now, the Harry Styles slander songs. I don't think I could pick between Is It Over Now and Now That We Don't Talk. They are both such amazing songs that I completely understand had to wait to be released until now. If these songs had been with the OG 1989, then those diehard Harry Styles fans would have lost it. As Volt tracks go, I think 1989 is under Red and above Speak Now. And again, these are just my opinions for today, which is Halloween. They are going to change, but the more I listen to them, the more they'll change. And that's all for me. So back to Dawson and Rosemary.
How could I be so dumb? I never make mistakes like this.
It happens to the best of us, man. I forget stuff all the time. It's just a part of life.
But I'm supposed to be perfect.
Well, that's a high standard to hold yourself to.
No, I mean I'm supposed to be perfect. It's all part of my programming.
Programming?
By which I mean my day-to-day planning. It's just so hard to be so organized all the time.
See, if you live your life more spontaneously, you wouldn't be nearly as disappointed.
I am so exhausted. I need that energy bar.
You're still not giving that up? Look, Dawson, why don't I just get you a new one from the vending machine?
No, the ones from the vending machine aren't the same. This one is very specific. There's got to be something I can do to find it.
Can we please just give this up? You're giving me a headache.
You're right. Maybe if I stop thinking about it, it'll show up.
Well, how about we use another segment to help you stop thinking about it? Roll it.
Hello, everyone, and happy Halloween. I'm Sean, and today I'm going to be talking about Greta Van Fleet. Now, before I begin, to avoid playing the comparison game for the entirety of this segment, I just want to get this out of the way and say I'm a huge Led Zeppelin fan. And the obvious elephant in the room for anyone that listens to both bands is that Greta Van Fleet looks and sounds insanely like Zeppelin, at least playing-wise. That being said, Greta Van Fleet's sound is also quite refreshing and is an excellent callback to similar hard rock bands of the 70s. For me, all of their albums have something to love, especially Jake Kiszka's incredible lead guitar work. If I were to rank them, their debut From the Fires would have to go first because you can tell that the band is still working out the kinks, and they still have that kind of garage rock sound. But their 2018 follow-up, Anthem of a Peaceful Army, was just fine. It had a few improvements over the last one, but I still didn't feel very convinced by their sound. But I wanted to say that they have phenomenal individual tracks, and that's one of the strongest aspects of this band, is that album-wise, conceptually, their first two albums weren't the strongest, but they have just really cool individual tracks that show their musical acrobatics so well. Tracks like Lover, Leaver, Taker, Believer, and Brave New World showcases the band's tightness very well. But the way their first two albums flow are sort of a trek to get through, and I kind of already said this, but after this I would have to say their latest album, Starcatcher. Starcatcher is a really cool album that has a lot going for it. I think it's one of their stronger albums conceptually speaking, but there are parts of the album where the writing is sort of a yikes for me, as well as the production. I think sometimes Josh relies too heavily on flowery language, which is another reason why they remind me a lot of Led Zeppelin, because just like Robert Plant, he likes to use a lot of very mythical, flowery words, kind of, he would quote Tolkien, J.R. Tolkien a lot. He was very inspired by like Lord of the Rings and The Hobbit and stuff like that. So I think you can definitely see similar influences there. But lastly, The Battle at Garden's Gate is easily my favorite of their four albums. Songs like My Way Soon and Built by Nations are two extremely strong hard rock songs. So basically, to reiterate, Greta Van Fleet has a lot going for them, but I think that if they want to be able to carve out their own identity and be able to stand out from bands like Rush, Aerosmith, Zeppelin, Steppenwolf, stuff like that, they're going to have to take a little bit more creative risks if they want to really stand out from the rest, I guess. But other than that, that's it. Happy Halloween.
Did that work?
Did what work?
The segment.
I don't know what you mean.
It was supposed to help you find your energy bar.
No, Rosemary, you made me remember. I'm never gonna find it now. What am I gonna do with myself?
Dude, it is not that deep. Don't you have more somewhere? By the time this is all over, you'll be able to go back and get another one.
You just don't get it. Nobody gets it.
You're starting to weird me out.
I'm so alone in the world.
Have you been going through the stages of grief?
I just don't know what to do with myself anymore.
All we need is acceptance, and you'll finally shut up about it. I need to think of a plan.
Nothing here is worth it. I just want to go to bed.
Okay. I will think of a plan during this last segment.
On Saturday evening, news broke about Matthew Perry's passing. Perry was best known for playing the role as Chandler Bing in Friends. Fans have been sharing their favorite memories and scenes of Perry all over social media. Adele even spoke a few words about Perry's passing at her Las Vegas concert Saturday night, shortly after news his passing was announced. And Charlie Puth played the Friends theme song during his concert Sunday night. HBO Max has already put into their intro in memory of Matthew Perry at the start of the series. His passing was a shock to the world. In his books, Friends, Lovers, and his and The Big Terrible Thing, a memoir which was put on the store shelves in 2022. He shared his struggles through the filming of Friends and his road to recovery. Although none of his co-stars from Friends has stated anything about his passing, he still has made an impact on not only the people who he co-starred with and his family, but the people he helped on their way to recovery.
I'm so very sad.
Dawson, I have a confession.
What? That you ate my energy bar and you didn't tell me, so it sent me in a downward spiral into the stages of grief?
Yes, actually, that's almost what I was going to say verbatim.
Huh. So it was you.
Yep, caught red-handed or brown-handed. It was chocolate flavored, so
Wait a minute. It wasn't chocolate flavored.
crap.
It was cheesecake flavored. My favorite artificial flavor. So it wasn't you, which means it could still be here.
Can we please just move on, please?
You know, fine. I'm sick of looking for it anyway.
Thank you. I was getting sick of this.
Sorry I was in denial, then got angry, then tried bargaining, then got depressed. I finally accepted it.
That's how these things work usually. Just don't ever blame me again, please.
Deal. You kind of smell like cheesecake.
Let's just do our final words, please. This week, I wanted to be scared because, Halloween. I think we all know what movie came out October 27th, and that would be the Five Nights at Freddy's movie. My friends convinced me, sorry Mom, to skip a class to go see it, so I really did have my hopes up. I didn't know any of the lore minus a 30-minute video that my friend begged me to watch. I watched it on 1.5 times speed, so that may have contributed to some of my confusion. That being said, please do not send that weird cupcake thing after me for what I say in this review. I am not informed on anything Fazbear Entertainment. I was honestly expecting the movie to be scarier. I know that they were going for a younger audience with the PG-13, but I feel like a lot of their fans at this point are young adults whose fandom has carried over from like 2015. No hate to that, by the way. As a Harry Potter fan, I get it. Anyway, I just think the jump scares were lacking compared to the actual games, unless, of course, you're my roommate who yelped at every sudden move on the screen. That, though, along with the rest of the movie, did give me a good laugh. I did actually like the movie just because between the weird plot twists that weren't that crazy but just random, and also some pretty corny lines and acting, I found it funny. I don't really think it should classify as a horror movie, but it is a fun watch. I saw some people say that they cried at the movie, which I didn't really get, but to each their own. I'm sure if I was a fan, my perspective would be completely different due to just the nostalgia factor, so really take all of this with several grains of salt. Thanks for watching and making my unexcused absence worth it. Have a great week and stay Freddy Faztastic.
As we all know, when you're feeling lost, hopeless, and alone, the best thing to do is to feed into those feelings, as doing so will cause you to feel even more lost, hopeless, and alone. That's why today I'm recommending to you Kino, because I lost my energy bar, and even though I say I've accepted it, I'm lying. Kino is a Russian post-punk band from the 80s, led by singer Viktor Tsoi. Their album, Grupa Krovi, or Blood Type, is considered to be one of the greatest pieces of Russian music, and ranks at least top 5 in my favorite albums of all time. Off the album, Peaceful Night is my favorite song, followed by the album's title track, Blood Type. Their best song, in my opinion, is Summer is Ending, off their final, untitled album, known as the Black Album, which remains untitled as lead singer Viktor Tsoi died in a car crash shortly after finishing the vocals for the album, leaving the rest of the band to finish the album in his honor. Kino manages to capture the hopelessness felt by the Soviet people in the 80s as the USSR began to fall, containing worry for the future and the despair of the past in their art, allowing people from across the world to feel the same way forever, especially when they lose their energy bars. I highly recommend you listen to Kino, whether you're as distraught as I or not. Goodbye.
As always, thanks for watching. If you want to see anything else from us here at The Real Deal, be sure to check us out on Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and our website for all things entertainment. I'm Rosemary.
And I'm Dawson. Thanks for watching.